everyone up here. Fine, there we go. Perfect, guys. Thank you. Good job.
The Cherokee Nation District Children's Choir, ladies and gentlemen, for our pre-ceremony music.
Make them fall off, okay? Smile at you.
Hey guys, listen to me. When it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance, there's not a lot of room, but you guys just be loud, okay?
There's my dad.
No. Oh, Shelly.
She's talking.
What's the word for grasshopper is in Cherokee? Holotch. Holotch. Oh, there we go. Holotch. Like holotch. Holotch. I'm gonna leave him up here, okay? Yep.
Does her cheek have to fall off?
Yep.
Yes. Cheek has to fall off.
Hey, wait, we'll file back on. Yep. Holotch.
He's talking to you.
Oh, well.
Are you hungry?
No.
I'm tired.
A little.
Hey guys, listen up. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Let's yell some first. Okay guys. Let's sing loud. Ready?
Got him.
Go, he go.
On the occasion of this ceremony today, we're surrounded by symbolism that's very unique to our culture and very meaningful to our people. The empty chair draped with the flag of the Cherokee Nation is placed upon the platform to acknowledge our ancestors and in recognition of their contributions and sacrifices that have made today possible. The single rose reminds us that we are collectively responsible to the generations yet to be. The eagle tail feather fan is a traditional symbol of authority. This fan presented to the principal chief on the occasion of his inauguration and represents the passing of authority from the outgoing administration to the new. Moreover, it's a reminder of the sacred responsibility to safeguard and serve our nation and our people. The Veterans Eagle staff on the stage, a tribute to our veterans. Brought to us today from the color guard of the Ani Katua dancers of the Cherokee, North Carolina, and the Cherokee Nation Color Guard donated it to the Cherokee Nation, where it's housed today. And 11 years ago, the flag that is here on this platform today was donated by the Cherokee elders of Pryor Creek. And it flies as a reminder of all that we stand for as Cherokee people. Prepare yourself, ladies and gentlemen, for we have come together again here in this Capitol and at this time as Cherokees and as friends for this State of the Nation address. Our ceremonies will open in a few moments. Two years ago, the theme of the Cherokee holiday was planting the seed corn for our children's future. Those attending the State of the Nation address received a small packet of Cherokee White Eagle corn that symbolically represented the holiday theme. Citizens took those seeds and they planted them. They cared for the plants and they harvested a bountiful crop that was brought here to this ceremony last year as a symbol of our pledge to prepare for our children's futures. We once again invite planters of seed corn to present their harvest so that we might be reminded of our responsibilities to those yet born. Our baskets await. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the posting of the colors by the Cherokee National Color Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by the Cherokee National District Children's Choir and the singing of the national anthem by the Cherokee National Youth Choir. Sergeant Stroud, deploy your guard and post the colors.
Prepare to pose.
Ho! Present, arm. Order, arm. Left, hey. Forward, hard.
Juicy Haskauli, Heli Siji Goha, Najatli Hadusa, Nana Ale Noxi, Jogatosa Uno, Leatela Haskai. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Total. Let us pause in a moment of silent respect for those who have served our nation in the military, for those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom, for the young men and women who at this very moment are standing guard to defend the principles of peace. We seek the blessings and grace of the great Creator and Provider of all things, Pastor John E. Flute of Sanders Flats Baptist Church in Bunch, Oklahoma, Adair County. Reverend Flute is a native of Adair County, a fluent speaker of our language, and he brings our invocation today.
I te dado le sunagade, Ogi Doda, Galanda de He, Ogi Go you, Jesus. Niwi the litis cosanale, it's a litis. He war dudeniski anis kohig ega. Anana dunilo stane henegard, anana neo, and kohig. Ane dohasku, anik tenoli dohasku, non gustu gati, ohisus ganang, kohig, ostu taxis than a dast and a daste. Nola hes kalogus to start nel kohig, that he also has ganai. Nola will go you, noon dan, non on land huskahan. Anan yo jizel like anan anan o jiu yo got stet to anan da his daily scarce to anan da he yo scarce to do ustun dan the god no la ni ga yel nun dan ha take it in yo sen on the nice sku his ku no head anan o jiwon is ka jiski nel anan stai ju ni te anan os to and the god doing that squash this kanan a sen nu na na has kanan it to yo his kanan la gus nu la has shik ne het at ne get ne he kosanale na god Dusker and God is to yo Jesus Ganan. Giskalone, the non style, lo sitola, a han kunga hanagats tanik, a non uda gate noose, the non used to get high, a non uda gate, the non zogadan, the God nude stotte, non is to yo hisu, and now on land haskanan, gerdi, and non unica with you, skunagard to stella get has to. Skunagard and non or the dadolis to cosanale, needs to yo his, ella to need a danis ne cosanale. Giskalone to don or GTO, amen.
Please be seated. Osio Uli Helesti Jijalagi Stella Whaley Dige Gai Adair County Dagwa Do Aunt Lagan Hannah. I am a Cherokee from Adair County. My name is Jay Hanna, and it is my honor to officiate these ceremonies here today. 171 years ago, our chiefs, council, and headmen of the nation ratified a new constitution that symbolized the rejoining of our people and our nation at the end of the Trail of Tears. The Constitution, the Gagu Stadi, that was inscribed on September 6, 1839, was more than the rule of law within our boundaries. It was the charge of the people for our government to keep us sovereign and to keep us strong. We return today to these historic and sacred grounds at our capital to once again hear the voices of our children, to honor our elders, to respect our patriots and our statesmen, and to hear our chief speak to the state of our nation. We are joined by our council and by our justices, tribal chiefs and messengers from those nations who seek amity and alliance are present to witness this gathering. We have come to embrace our clan traditions, and we have come to gather with our families. We will hear our language in word and song, and once again, we will be reminded that we possess a cultural inheritance that is vibrant and alive. We have come to claim that we are and we strive to be Eli Hilesti, Nawa Tuhiadan, Yahweh, happy, healthy people. These are our declarations today. I ask that our Deputy Principal Chief, Joe Grayson Jr., come forward to extend to us a special welcome.
Océan. Good morning. And what a great morning it is here in the Cherokee Nation. Even the Creator sought pity on us and gave us a cool day for this. I can remember the last few have been so hot, we thought we were someplace else. But it gives me great pride in welcoming you all to the Cherokee Nation today. It is a great day for the Cherokee Nation, and there is no better place on earth than to be here in the front of our Capitol building. It has stood for years to represent our government, and the tenacity of our people. So welcome, enjoy yourselves, and have a good day. Well done.
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Jalagi Dini Lawige, our tribal council. From District 1, Bill John Baker. Tina Glory Jordan. From District 2, Joe Crittenden. And Jody Fishinghawk. From District 3, David W. Thornton Sr. Janelle Lattimore Fulbright. From District 4, Don Garvin. District 5, Harley L. Buzzard. Curtis G. Snell. From District 6, Representative Meredith A. Fraley. And Naga Woniski of our council, our speaker. From District 6, Chris Soap. From District 7, Kara Cowan Watts. District 8, Buell Anglin. Dr. Bradley Cobb. District 9, Chuck Hoskin, Jr. Representing our expatriated Cherokees at large, Jack D. Baker. And Dr. Julia Coates. Members of the judicial branch of the Cherokee Nation, our Supreme Court, Chief Justice Darrell R. Matlock, Jr., Justice Darrell Dowdy, Justice Kyle B. Haskins, Justice James G. Wilcoxon, Justice Troy Wayne Poteet, and of the District Court, Judge C. Bart Fight, and Judge John T. Cripps. It is also my honor at this time to recognize a group of young men and young women who have embarked once again upon a very special memorialization, and that being the Remember the Removal Ride participants. Led once again by Todd Enlow, group leader for leadership of the Cherokee Nation, these young men and women via bicycle retraced the trail of tears from our homelands in the east to here in the Cherokee Nation today. Please stand, the participants of the Remember the Removal Ride. We are joined today from across Indian country by emissaries from many nations and tribes, state and local officials, and representatives from the great state of Oklahoma and the United States government. Ladies and gentlemen, we extend a hand of friendship to our special guests who join us on the occasion of our State of the Nation. From the Alabama Quasaudi tribal town, a part of the original Creek Confederacy and dual citizens of the Muscogee Nations. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Yargi. Chief Tarpi Yargi is accompanied today by Suntilla Jack, Little Miss Alabama Quasaudi. Also Yes. Tima Yargi, Junior Miss Alabama Quasati. Bob Impson joins us today as the Acting Director of the Eastern District of the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And it is oftentimes at this point that we introduce Pat Ragsdale in his capacity at the BIA. And Pat, you've come home as the Cherokee Nation Government Resources Group leader, and we recognize and welcome you here today. Good to have you home, Pat. I also want to mention that Samantha Robinson from the Alabama Quasati also joins us today, along with her chief and other messengers from her tribe in their tribal town among the creek. Rachel Hicks is Miss Cherokee Eastern Band of Cherokee. She's here today as the official messenger sent on the behalf of Chief Hicks and the Tribal Council of the Eastern Band. Also, many members from the Cherokee Eastern Band Consortium members. This group is a language program that shares with our Cherokees to help build and to coalesce all that we know and bring about as a living example of our language. Please, the members of the Cherokee Eastern Band Consortium members, please stand. Miss Jenny Whitekiller is Little Miss Cherokee for 2010-2011, and Mr. Jarrett Youngpuppy is Mr. Little Cherokee for 2010-2011. They're in our audience today. Miss Yona Turtle is with us today, also in the 7 to 9 category. And Shelby Turtle is with us, along with Mr. Jameson Thorne. It's 10 and 12 category. We also wish to acknowledge today the Junior Miss Cherokee for 2010-2011, Jackie Eagle from Gore, Oklahoma. And the first runner-up in that competition, Christy Kingfisher from Tahlequah. And the second runner-up, Taylor Goff from Gans. Special acknowledgement and congratulations is extended to Ashley Miller, the outgoing Junior Miss Cherokee for 2009-2010. Thank you for your service to the Cherokee people. Members of the 2010 Cherokee National Youth Council join us here today. From District 1, Kinsey Shade and Corey Still. From District 2, Christina Hanvey and Isaiah Soap. District 3, Jackie Eagle and Rule Shaver. District 4, Jason C. Lowe. District 5, Carter Lonigan. District 6, Garrett Reed. District 7, Eric Butter. District 8, Alexandria Tollefson. And representing on the council at large, Danielle Culp. I look about the audience today and see many other dignitaries that have joined us here today. I'm pleased that Mayor Ken Purdy has once again allowed me to come into town and reminded me to be out before dark. Mayor, good to have you here today. The president of the second oldest institution of higher learning west of the Mississippi River, founded on the cornerstone of the male and female seminary, Northeastern State University, President Don Betts. I saw the Oklahoma Commissioner of Insurance here today, Kim Holland. And the presumptive representative coming from District 86 in Adair County on his way to the State House to represent us, Will Forkiller. As most of you know, I have had the honor and privilege to officiate these ceremonies over the years. And this is the part of the program where we sort of begin to drift over to things being the way it should be among the Cherokee. We get very comfortable. So that means that at any time I reserve the right to introduce anybody. And I'm still waiting for the High Marshal to bring me a note that there's a pickup parked in the wrong place with its engine running and the windows rolled up. And that could happen at any time. But before that happens, ladies and gentlemen, we should hear the voices of the Cherokee National Youth Choir under the direction of Mary Kay Henderson as they sing Orphan Child. Since 1827, the Cherokee Nation has been a government defined and defended by constitutional law. For almost 200 years and across 4 written constitutions, 1827, 1839, 1976, and 1999, Cherokees have created, ratified, and engaged constitutions that circumscribe our government. The Constitution of the Cherokee Nation sets out in Section 8 of Article 7 that at one session of the Council annually, the principal chief shall deliver and communicate to the Council a message upon the condition of the Cherokee Nation, and shall recommend such matters to the Council as he or she shall judge expedient. Today, as Cherokee citizens, we are gathered in a great council at our historic capital, just as did our ancestors. And today we draw close and we shall hear the message of our Principal Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, Principal Chief of the great and sovereign Cherokee Nation, Chadwick Corntassel Smith. You're the man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. As is our tradition and our honors to recognize the strength of the Cherokee Nation, we have this morning with our veterans presenting themselves. And at this time, we would like to recognize the strength of the Cherokee Nation, our women, by allowing me to present flowers to my wife, First Lady Bobby Gale, my mother, 86-year-old today, Pauline Smith. And Joe Grayson will give flowers to the second lady. My mom has a mind of her own. She moved during the ceremonies. It is my honor and privilege to address you and inform you of the state of the Cherokee Nation. When I was inaugurated as Principal Chief 11 years ago, traditionalist Benny Smith admonished me to be a student of the Cherokee Nation and of the Cherokee people. I have done that each day since and report to you now the state of our nation, our progress, and our challenges. I remember clearly when Benny Smith gave me that charge over a decade ago. I am concerned daily about our people, our families, our community, and our nation. But it's not only my concern, is it? It is a concern of all Cherokee patriots who want something better for their children, their relations, their neighbors, and fellow Cherokees. Redbird Smith said over 100 years ago and defined patriotism as being willing to give your all to your government and your people. Historian and Indian advocate Angie DeVoe describes the opposite of patriotism as someone who grabs all they can for themselves. Our choice is to be patriots like our mothers and fathers before us, to reject the foreign idea of grabbing all you can for yourself, and instead choose the path of patriotism and building something worthwhile for those who come after us. I submit that when we as individuals and as a nation mature and exercise in Cherokee values and attributes, we become happy and healthy, and we are Cherokee patriots. This day is our highest celebration of Cherokee patriotism, the signing of our Constitution in 1839, and the maturing of our government in the 21st century. The old saying is true: if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. More sobering is the wisdom from Proverbs: where there is no vision, the people shall perish. We can study the history of mankind and of powerful civilizations, societies, to see if they achieved greatness. But we need to look no further than our own past to see ourselves and determine what we want to show for our lives, for the days that we have, and for the moments the Creator has given us. Redbird Smith in 1918 said, "I've always believed the Creator, the great Creator, had a great design for my people, the Cherokees. I've been taught that from my childhood up, and now in my mature manhood, I recognize it as a great truth. We're endowed with intelligence, we are industrious, we are loyal, and we are spiritual, but we are overlooking that particular Cherokee mission on earth. For no man or race is so endowed with these qualifications without a designed purpose. So, what is this designed purpose? What is this calling? I believe it is to enjoy every moment the Creator has given to us, to become happy and healthy people. Is that not the dream of all great civilizations and societies? So, what does happy and healthy mean? In a world of inundating data and information where we can get the latest sports or scandal, at a moment's notice right in the palm of our hand, on our phones, through Twitter, Facebook, text messaging, or email, we live in a society and an economy built on gluttonous consumerism that does not leave us happier and healthier. People eat fast food, which has no flavor, have more clothes than they really need, and even some have more cars than they could ever drive. As Cherokees, we have the right to reject the mainstream society where self-righteous political talking heads tell us what to think and marketing gurus try to convince us we need products that put us on the road to health epidemics like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and chemical addiction. It may sound trite to say we should take responsibility for becoming happy and healthy. Some would ask, isn't there already a pill for that? Let us take Benny Smith's admonition to heart and study what it takes for the Cherokee people to become happy and healthy and how we get there. Will Rogers said, "I'm a Cherokee, and that's the proudest little possession I ever hope to have." Being happy and healthy is a distinct Cherokee quality that not only predates Will Rogers, but also written history. Sometimes we get confused about what happy and healthy really means. Happy and healthy is having riches and an abundance of love among family and friends, not having a host of cars, money, or fancy houses. Happy and healthy is not dulling our senses with alcohol and drugs, jealousy and pettiness, but having clarity of mind and the satisfaction of confidence. Happy and healthy is doing and being. It's not having. Often, I assemble a group of Cherokee speakers and ask them to consider some idea in the Cherokee language. The process invokes great wisdom. Recently, I asked a group of about 15 Cherokee speakers to tell me the word they would use for what we want a young person to become. A young person who graduated from high school, gone on to get his or her education, has a warm and loving family, makes good decisions, supports his family and community and nation, and is someone who makes us proud. Tell me what the word is for that 28-year-old person. As in English, there's not just one word. The speakers name many of the Cherokee attributes. Since time immemorial, the Cherokees have cherished certain attributes: respectful, determined, integrity, leader, communicative, confident, cooperative, responsible, teach, patience, humble, and strong. This group of Cherokees came to consensus that all these values were part of one concept. A young person who exhibits these Cherokee attributes would be called mature. Yes, mature. There again, the great wisdom of the Bible is apparent. In Corinthians 13:1 says, "When I was a child, I spoke as a child, I understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things." Each moment is a teaching moment. Each moment is a learning moment. Every teacher, parent, relative, and friend must guide our young people to maturity, preparing them to contribute to our families, communities, and nation. Our design purpose is to become a happy and healthy people, and we become that when we mature with Cherokee values. Our beloved fallen Principal Chief Wilma Mankiller left us with wisdom on this topic. She said that the many people in Bell used to think life was something that just happened to them. But after they carved out rock hillsides for 18 miles with their own hands to bring a water line to their community while outsiders expected them to fail, they knew differently. They learned what all Cherokees should understand acutely. We have the power to shape our own lives, our own communities, and to make our own decisions. Every day, the Creator gives us one day of living. It is up to us to decide what we do with that day. As she always said, every day is a good day. I had the honor of serving the Cherokee people with Hastings Shade as my deputy principal chief. He also left us wisdom on being happy and healthy. Hastings never got caught up with negative thinking and complaining. He always told me, if you stop to throw a rock at every dog that barks at you, you'll never get to town. He knew that if we tried to take responsibility for our own happiness, we could ignore the distractions that try to keep us from what's really important, like our friends, our family, and our community and nation. We can also learn from my friend Dave Blackbird. He led the community organization at Rocky Ford back to being cohesive and to finish their community building after it lay dormant after several years. At 77 years old, he came into my office and he told me that for 3 years he had been thinking what he should give me as principal chief. Once decided, he carved a beautiful cane which sits on the stage. When he presented it to me, he said, "With the weight of the Cherokee Nation on your shoulders, sometimes you need something to lean on. And you could lean on this cane." And what I understood very clearly when he gave me that symbol was a cane was a symbol for leaning on him and the other community leaders that make our nation strong. Now, Wilma and Hastings have passed this year. Dave is here with us. But they, like Will Rogers and Red Bird Smith, and our ancient ancestors before them, each has given us lessons on choosing to be happy, healthy people. Each was mature in Cherokee values. Each was happy and healthy, and each was a patriot. I believe that being happy and healthy is a choice that no one else can make for us. We choose to learn from all we observe, to grow, and to mature. As principal chief, I have heard and seen people who choose to become happy and healthy. I also hear and see people who avoid their choices in life, see themselves as victims, and blame everybody else for their station in life. They stay children. They do not mature. We must lead by example. Of course, there are those who can't help themselves, and those, due to circumstances beyond their control, may need a helping hand. As family members, neighbors, and Cherokees, we should be always ready to help them. And in the past 10 years, we've greatly increased help to our community, to our citizens, for services like health care, housing, and education. But you know, history shows us that our times of greatest trouble have always been the times of internal division and turmoil. And we do not have to look all the way back to the Trail of Tears or the Civil War to see that. Just over a decade ago, Cherokees fought Cherokees on the very steps of this beloved capital. Back then, the former administration and council furloughed 500 employees, even though the overall national economy was doing well. Since that time, our administration and our council members have created 5,000 jobs without layoffs or furloughs, even though the national economy is doing very poorly. Back then, the Cherokees' finances were in disarray, and if we wanted to do business with someone, we had to pay cash up front. Now we have been honored nationally as a model of government finance and have awards for excellence in financial accounting for the last 8 straight years. Back then, if you wanted Cherokee Nation assistance to own your own home, there was a 50-year waiting list. During the last 10 During the last 10 years, thousands of Cherokee families have been able to help themselves, receiving assistance to qualify for a mortgage and build or buy the house of their choice within months. Back then, our hospitals and clinics did not have the resources to provide quick, top-level service to our citizens. During the last 10 years, we have built a half a dozen new or expanded clinics. Our patient visits have increased 300%, and we have earned national accreditation as top health care provider. Back then, the administration fired the newspaper editor and controlled the tribal newspaper. We now provide a free press that is open to all opinions. And this afternoon on these Capitol grounds, we will celebrate 10 years of unfettered press and transparent government. Back then, the principal chief said he would decide what the law was, not the courts. And his friends on the council impeached the entire Supreme Court because they didn't like the court's rulings. I'm proud to say that we obey and enforce the rulings of our court, even though on rare occasion we may not particularly agree with them. Back then, during the Cherokee National Holiday, there were armed snipers on the roof across the street, filling our community with a dark and foreboding cloud of fear and chaos. During the last 10 years, we have little children speaking and singing Cherokee here in the Capitol Square. In a few minutes, we'll sit down and share a meal in the spirit of friendship and community in honor of Wilma Mankiller. And if you needed any index or barometer or measure of how well the Cherokee Nation is doing, you heard it when our National Youth Choir sang just moments ago. By these measures, the state of the nation is good and getting better. We are happier and healthier people than we have been in a long time. We are maturing as a nation and as a people, just as our Constitution requires and as Redbird Smith instructed. We continue to focus on a fundamental strategy of jobs, language, and community. In the past year, we've broken ground on a new self-help water lines in Delaware County, a new food distribution site in Nowata County, finished bridge and roads projects in almost every one of our counties. We've given millions to public schools from our car tag revenues, bringing our total to more than $20 million over the years, giving Cherokee children, as well as their neighbors, a chance for better education. Because I feel that helping people get a job is one of the most important life-changing things we can do for our citizens. This last year, we've created hundreds of new jobs in areas like healthcare and information technology. This year, when the United States economy downturn reached the Cherokee Nation borders, we tried a new approach, a day work program aimed at providing immediate assistance to nearly 2,000 Cherokees that were unemployed. Our tribal council was extremely supportive and voted unanimously to extend the temporary program with additional funding. Let's recognize them for that. I issued an executive order this year strengthening the hiring of Cherokees in the practice of our businesses to make sure that Cherokees are the first in line for jobs. We broke ground on the Cherokee Casino located in Ramona, creating more than 100 jobs in that area. And we also broke ground on a dental clinic at the Salina Healthcare Center. This week, we received $1.7 million to build a hydropower plant on the Arkansas riverbed. We opened the doors of our Cherokee National Supreme Court Museum this spring. Originally built in 1844, our Supreme Court building is Oklahoma's oldest public building and the Cherokee Nation's first wholly owned and operated museum, and a grand symbol of our sovereignty. Our immersion school expanded to the 4th grade classes and to a new space. We've added the 5th grade this year. The students there are employing modern technology to communicate in our native language. We will start an initiative to record oral histories of our elders through interviews with our language immersion students, them talking to Cherokee elders and Cherokee and the elders speaking back. We also have a plan for a new virtual library of Cherokee knowledge that will be online in late spring. We also awarded 12 community garden grants in an effort to use traditional foods for good health and disease prevention in our communities. To learn more about the accomplishments of this past year, I encourage you to read and watch the Cherokee Nation's annual report, which you all will be given today. We've come a long way in 10 years, but there's still much to be done to ensure the future is what we want for our descendants. I can't say enough for the hard-working employees of the Cherokee Nation who join me in serving the Cherokee people every day and care passionately about our work. This is a path that I've led the Cherokee Nation for the last 11 years, and with the permission of the Cherokee people, this is a direction that I will continue in the next 5 years. In conclusion, we are on a journey to become a happy and healthy people. To remind us that we are on that path, we have given away today wristbands that simply say, happy and healthy. And it reminds us that it is our duty to mature as individuals and as a nation. It is a continuation of a journey traveled by our ancestors who lived through difficult periods of history, like the Trail of Tears, the American Civil War, the Allotment, the Depression, post-war World War II relocations, and the rebuilding of the Cherokee Nation. So, we are not alone on this journey. Our Supreme Court, female seminary, and Capitol buildings remind us that we are joined in spirit by those who traveled before us, and we must always be mindful of the generations yet to come. We have a decision to make almost every day. Do we as Cherokees want to hand something worthwhile to our children, or do we want them to be empty-handed? Do we want them to be strong, happy, and healthy, or do we want them to be weak, helpless, and dependent? Do we want them to remain children, or do we want them to mature into well-respected leaders? Rest assured, they will follow our example. And our example will determine the future of the Cherokee Nation and our people. We, as a Cherokee Nation, have before us a great opportunity that the largest, oldest, and most powerful societies, civilizations, and governments in the world envy. We have the people, we have the resources, we have the legacy, the intelligence to design a plan and to achieve our greatest goal, to realize our designed purpose, to become that happy and healthy people. We cannot do it by being victims. We can do it by being leaders. We cannot do it by accepting weakness. We can by exercising strength. We can't do it if we yield our choices to others. We can by making our own decisions. We will never get there if we forget the lessons of our ancestors, but we will if we have absolute resolve to build a better life, a better future for our children. The stakes are high. Will we choose to become a happy and healthy people? Will we mature to Cherokee patriots and leaders? Or will we revert back to those old days of grabbing all that you can? Many of our people have provided undeniable examples of patriotism. Wilma Mankiller led us to personal and community responsibility and showed the world the strength of our nation, our women. Hastings Shea taught us daily the power of cultural intelligence of our people through our language and our arts. And Dave Blackbird provided the elderly strength of community leadership. Citizens of the Cherokee Nation, we gather today in front of this Capitol building, remembering our historical legacy to face adversity, survive, prosper, and excel. Witnessing the contributions of recently past patriots, hearing the achievements of our government and people, and sharing the community of our families. We should know we have a chance to fulfill our design purpose, to mature into that happy and healthy people. I ask each and every one of you today this question: are you resolved to be a patriot of the Cherokee Nation? Let us give our all to our nation and our people. Let each one of us mature to make our lives, our families, our communities, and our nation happy and healthy. Widow.
I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize the cabinet members of the Cherokee Nation, the Secretary of State for the Cherokee Nation, Melanie Knight, the Attorney General, Diane Hammond, the nation's Treasurer, Callie Ketcher, and the High Marshal of the Cherokee Nation from Adair County, Sharon Wright. One week ago today, 3 young women came together here in Tahlequah to compete for the honored position of being a messenger of our people through the 2010 Miss Cherokee Leadership Competition. The role of Miss Cherokee is to represent the Cherokee Nation as a goodwill ambassador and to serve as a messenger to promote our government, our history, our language, and culture for that of all of the Cherokee people. We're pleased to welcome to the platform today Miss Cherokee Danielle Culp, who will pass the crown and title to Brooke Hudson of Claremore. She's accompanied today by the first runner-up, Kenzie Shade of Tahlequah, and second runner-up, Cassandra Peck of Stillwell. For these recognitions, the Chief and a former Miss Cherokee, the First Lady of the Cherokee Nation, Bobby Gale.
I don't want to stick you. Just stick it down. One more good?
Oceanigad Alskin Dawadoa, Ayal Palsco, Yawade Tieta, Galemwar Dijanela, Digadal Kwasti, Northeastern State University. Hello everyone, my name is Alskin and my English name is Danielle Culp. I'm a 19-year-old junior at Northeastern State University and I'm originally from Claremore, Oklahoma. I've had a great year this year. I've had a lot of amazing memories. I've been to a lot of beautiful places. But the people that meant a lot the things that meant a lot were the people, because each and every day I met new people, and each person, whether they knew it or not, touched my life. So it wasn't just my friends and my family that were always there to support me, but the individuals that I got to make an impact on and the impact that they made on me. And I'm really proud of all these girls. I know them each individually, and I know that they'll all go on to do bigger and better things. And I just want to personally congratulate Brooke. I've known her for a long time, and I know that she'll have an amazing year. Whatever.
I want to introduce you. This will be your first time. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cherokee for 2010-2011, Brooke Hudson.
Oceanigad, Nance Dawadoa, Jalagi Gadi, Brooke Hudson Dawadoa, Gilisi Gadi, Dlaiga Awadena, Galemo Awadansa, So Neladu Yawade Tianda, Inio A&M College, Miami, Galaladi, Dunadelo Guasti, Yidigadelo Guaski, Gali Heliga Nigad Itadoa. Hello, everyone. My name is Brooke Hudson, and I was given my Cherokee name Nance by my great-grandmother. I was born in Jay, and I am from Claremore, Oklahoma. I'm 19 years old, and I'm attending NEO A&M College in Miami. I am very glad to see you all here tonight, and I am humbled and proud to be chosen as the new Miss Cherokee. I pray I'm provided with grace and knowledge to represent the Cherokee Nation throughout my reign. I hope to be the role model that families wish for their children. I have family, friends, and an entire nation to thank for the young woman that I am today. But I'd like to single out my mom and dad for their persistence to teach me to succeed and explore. My Aunt Mita for not only being my personal language teacher, but for the love and support to live out my dreams. Andrew Gray for my spiritual guidance. Todd Inlow and every sports coach for bringing out the leader and competitor in me. Also to my fellow and past Remember the Removal bike riders for conquering an unforgettable journey. Thank you to two beautiful and intelligent young women, Cassandra and Kinsey, for the new friendship. Danielle Culp for her long support and for gracefully passing over the crown. And thank you to Kara Cowan Watts, Tribal Councilwoman, for the undying support. Wado.
Thank you, ladies. I take this opportunity to introduce Kimberly Teehee, who's the Senior Policy Advisor for Native American Affairs to President Obama. Kim, good to have you home. In recognition of those who in their role as public servants have acted with respect, dignity, and graciousness toward their fellow Cherokees at all times. The first of two recipients of the 2010 Cherokee National Statesmanship Award is presented to William G. Bill Johnson. Bill is a decorated veteran of World War II and Korea, a devoted family man, a respected rancher, a noted tribal counselor and representative of the people of District 8, and a faithful and dedicated servant of the Cherokee Nation. Unable to be with us here today, Counselor Kara Cowan Watts of District 7 will receive this award. She also serves as our Digalawigi, our Deputy Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Johnson, William G. Bill Johnson, is the 2010 Cherokee Nation Statesman.
So, hello everyone. I was honored to be asked to accept this on behalf of Bill Johnson today. His partner on the council during his 4-year terms, Bill Anglin, unfortunately couldn't be here to do this because of a cousin's passing. So I'm also Bill's cousin, so I guess he asked me to do this. He was a man of few words, so I'll keep it brief. However, I would be remiss to say that I don't miss Bill Johnson and his leadership on the Tribal Council. He was a man of few words, but when he spoke from a place where he was well researched. He had talked to his constituents. He understood what the issues would mean for us immediately and in the long term. So I was always sad that he only served 1 term, and if you have not had the honor of meeting Bill Johnson, he plans on being here next year. It was unfortunate he couldn't attend this year, and he would love to meet you because he's just that kind of guy. When I asked him if there was any words from him I could share, he had 1 sentence for me. I just thank God I am a Cherokee. Wado.
Good to see you. We recognize another servant of the Cherokee people with the bestowment of the Cherokee National Statesmanship Award. That recipient is Ross O. Swimmer. Former Principal Chief, former Assistant Secretary for Indian Affairs for the United States Department of the Interior appointed by President Reagan, President and CEO of Cherokee Nation Industries, banker, lawyer, and serving today as the Tribal Relations Officer for the Cherokee people. Chief Swimmer is a lifelong dedicated public servant who has served the Cherokee people in this nation with integrity and wisdom. He is Ross O. Swimmer. Thank you, Chief. It's an honor to be with you today. I'll try to make this shorter than the State of the Nation. I've had the privilege of giving a few of those. 25 years ago, I left the Cherokee Nation leadership to take an appointment from President Reagan to try and do what the Cherokees were doing at that time throughout Indian country, becoming self-reliant, taking on the responsibility for their own nation. One of the things that I thought would be important as I went to Washington would be to show that Indian people and Indian leadership in this country can handle their own affairs, that can have their own government, and that we don't need the supervision from Washington. Margaret, my wife, will tell you the story of my first talk to the Bureau of Indian Affairs employees in Washington. I guess I made a mistake. I said at the beginning of my speech that the first thing I want everyone to focus on here is to work yourself out of a job. I want you to go back to your tribes and work for them. I don't need to have the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And I thought it was time to move on, and I thought maybe I could do something about that, and led the effort toward what's called today self-governance for Indian tribes, and that is essentially taking the money from the Bureau of Indian Affairs, appropriating it through our tribal councils, through the leadership of our tribes, and spending it the way we thought it needed to be spent instead of the way Washington thought. The Cherokees were the leaders in accepting that responsibility. Our leader at the time, of course, when I left the Cherokee Nation, I turned the tribe over to my deputy chief, Wilma Mankiller. I had great confidence in Wilma. I knew that she could do the job. That confidence was rewarded time and again with her leadership. I think it is well known, and probably in the archives of the Cherokee Nation, that one of the last acts that I took as a principal chief was to veto gaming. Well, Wilma saw the wisdom of changing that decision, and after I left, not too long from then, the council voted again to allow bingo in the Cherokee Nation. Well, you can see what has happened since then. Whether you like gaming or not, it's a great way to get repaid from the white man for a few of the things that we have suffered over the years. But just as importantly, as Chief Smith said, are the programs that the Cherokee Nation has developed since that time, and that we do our best to try to protect those people who are most vulnerable. In our gaming establishment, it is run very professionally.
And the revenues have enabled the Cherokee Nation to do things that it could not possibly do before. It has given the opportunity to the tribe to be able to spend that money the way that it wants to spend the money and to do the things that it needs to do that it cannot always do with appropriated funds from the federal government. And you see that through the blossoming of Sequoia School. You see that through the development of our communities. You see it through the leadership with these young people around us and people like Mary Kay Henderson that are giving her life to bringing music to the Cherokee Nation. It is so fantastic what is going on today that I just appreciate the opportunity to have been a part of the rebirth, if you will, the new constitution of the Cherokee Nation, and being there at a time in our history where I could make a small contribution that has now turned into a very, very significant resource for the Cherokee people in terms of the Cherokee Nation, but a resource for the entire state of Oklahoma and for the nation as a whole, that we, the Cherokee people, are the leaders among Indian tribes throughout the United States. And I graciously accept this as a Statesman Award, certainly undeserved with the kind of people that are getting the award today that you heard about with Bill Johnson and one to come, a wonderful fellow that I wish was still in Washington. Thank you very much.
Many representatives from government agencies and institutions of higher learning have joined with us over the past few days to learn more of the Cherokee Nation, our people, and our culture. I see the president of Rogers State University, Dr. Larry Rice, here in our audience today. Dr. Rice. And he has been a teacher on this stage many times. He's a traditionalist, and he's a good friend. I see the kind man from just north of the border, Benny Smith, here today. Benny. The Cherokee National Medal of Patriotism is given in recognition of those who have risked their lives and sacrificed in the service to the Cherokee Nation and our ally, the United States of America, defending and promoting freedom and liberty for Cherokee and indeed for all of humanity. The Medal of Patriotism is awarded today to Brad R. Carson. With numerous academic honors and credentials, Brad is a Rhodes Scholar with a master's degree in political philosophy and economics from Oxford University. He is a respected lawyer, an educator, an officer in the United States Navy with a distinguished record of service to the Department of the Defense, and recently a combat deployment as a naval intelligence officer leading a weapons intelligence team in Iraq attached to the United States Army 84th Explosive Ordnance Disposal Battalion. He ably served as the Chief Executive Officer of Cherokee Nation Businesses prior to his deployment overseas and continues to serve on the CNB Board of Directors. Brad Carson continues to honorably serve his fellow Cherokees and our nation at home and abroad. My cousin, Brad Carson.
Thank you all. I will be brief, I promise, and just say it's a great honor to be here and to see so many old friends. It's a great privilege to see such wisdom in people like Bill Johnson and Ross Swimmer, and to see such a great and graceful future for the Cherokee Nation in our Miss Cherokee, her predecessor, and the other young women who are here. God bless the Cherokee Nation, and God bless the United States. Thank you.
The Medal of Patriotism is awarded to Charlie Soap. Charlie's naval career began in 1965 when he served aboard the USS Regal as a petty officer 3rd class. He was a noted member of the United States Atlantic Fleet basketball team and played against colleges, naval, and marine teams throughout his naval career. He especially remembers beating the Marines. An NSU graduate, a community development practitioner and organizer, Charlie is a fluent Cherokee speaker and has been instrumental in the development of numerous organizations, community projects, service organizations, boards throughout the Cherokee Nation and indeed throughout the United States. Award winner for his community work, he's a documentary advisor and currently the group leader for the Cherokee Nation Community Services Department. Charlie Soap is the kind man from Rocky Mountain, and he is a recipient of the 2010 Cherokee Nation Medal of Patriotism.
Kalego ko sanale diga ti de doan til kana da te hoani no ha seleke we te te ga tena stana ane no igi lu cha Oklahoma igale na hi sanne na ski yus u yo che gi la stana na no ni ka da no ke ha ya os ni ka da na ski yus u go he a se ne sana ski yus dik te no is dia han Liga si dane la ti da dos ski ti de le che he tu ne sana he ski yus ka wo se ha liga ta la stan has ka du ti to ta ne ho ski ya chel ti to ha na la chin ta ne ho te la stan he yo te his te la he ta ka wo se ha ligo la ta ata ta wali ska ti ha ka ti ha ski yus u ne sana au te le ha na yus ka le will my man ke lo kan le ha ha Don't need let's start that. I need to like those these style the dollar. Ni hand you don't need so. Ni hand you just cost on it ha. Skina you test you out ni dollar. Get a yo yek will man la yek. Ni hand is ski style. Ski you teach on the elite chat. On school, Junie Longston, or legal, sir. The guard, the chief, deputy counsel, Junie Longston, or legal, sort of Longston, and honey to like Georgie Stella, he don't ski use. Now let's go to Scadu, huh? They Blackbird use. The guard skis Scadu, Junie Longston, Scared okay with the good the goose on it. Skin it don't have Junie Longston, Scadu had Junie Longston, and hot ski use in Castany don't need to like it. Ski use it only elites and the guard. I just want to say thank you. I'm honored to receive this award on behalf of all Cherokee people. I honorably accept this award. It wouldn't have been possible without Wilma's leadership, who helped me to go through what I went through. Our hearts was always to the people. And I continue to remember that in my work in the communities. People ask me, how do you do that, Charlie? How do you work those long hours helping people? I say I use prayers. Prayers help me a lot. I don't do this myself. The God Almighty helps me to do what I do. But you help me, and that I appreciate for you doing that for us. Well, don't. The God we turn le chan di le again.
I ask that Betty Christie Frog, Ed Fields, and Edna Sue Thompson come to the stage at this time. The Cherokee National Treasure Master Craftsman Award officially recognizes Cherokee men and women artisans who have exceptional skills and knowledge of a traditional Cherokee art or craft, or in preserving our language, other arts, storytelling, music, and the contemporary arts. We honor these master craftsmen, and we give thanks to them today for their commitment to education and to cultural preservation. Betty Christie Frog receives her award today for basketry, Ed Fields in language preservation, and Edna Sue Thompson in language preservation. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Treasure Master Craftsmen of the Cherokee Nation. The 2010 Cherokee National Community Leadership Award is given in recognition of individuals or groups who have shown the spirit of Gadugi, working together to make their community a better place. And this year, we recognize these following individuals. I'll take privilege of the podium for a moment because there are two individuals that will receive two awards. But I will bring them up as a team, for they have worked and served our people inextricably as a team. And they are Kathy Sierra and Mary Kay Henderson. We thank them for their tireless and unfaltering leadership in the coordination and direction of the Cherokee National Youth Choir. Their dedication to amplifying our culture and language through the music and the voices of young Cherokees on stage and venues across the entire United States have given audiences of all ages and backgrounds a deeper understanding of the Cherokee culture. I believe that I speak for all of us assembled here today, that we are indebted and grateful for your service to our people forever.
Well, I have to thank so many people, but I'm not going to name you individually. My family who's here today, my mom, my brother, my son, Joseph, and, of course, my husband, Brad, over there behind the camera, and but mostly the parents and the kids of the Cherokee National Youth Choir. I love you guys. You're my family, and I appreciate you so much. My oldest son, Josh, couldn't be here because with all the Navy hats and I want to tell you he's on watch today at the U.S. Naval Academy. So thank you all for praying for him. Thank you.
Ayesku kalialik ahanjitlik halesku kanelti hastik hitusku akiwoni hist kejine hatiniol skinikalialik halesku jitakilostane kalialik halesku unelanakeha skinatielita wato.
Cullis Buck is a member of the Uchi community in Delaware County, where he plays an important role as a community leader. An active member of the Uchi Volunteer Firefighter Department, Cullis has been instrumental in obtaining needed equipment, funding, and training for that department. Through his dedication, grants for the funding of a community building, as well as the renovation of the new Green Baptist Church, have been obtained. He has assisted the Seneca Cayuga Tribe Volunteer Firefighters in the Grove EMS unit. Cullis Buck is recognized today for his unwavering dedication to support his community and for the many examples of the spirit of Gadugi that he has displayed over the years. From Greater Uchi, Cullis Buck. We also recognize today the CC Camp Community Organization. Located near Salem Community in Adair County, taking its name from the 1930s era Civilian Conservation Corps camp that was located on the same property that this organization occupies today. The CC Camp Community Organization is dedicated to providing safe, healthy environment for community members to interact with friends and family. Finding ways to partner with neighbor organizations. The CC Camp shares their facility for fundraising efforts, benefits, food preparation, family reunions, holiday gatherings, weddings, and birthdays. And what makes the CC Camp Community Organization exceptional is not necessarily their facility, but it is their sense of Gadugi. They are recognized today for Cherokee leadership. Tom Cochran represents the CC Camp Community Organization today. Thank you, Tom. Introduced during the State of the Nation address, it is my honor to acknowledge Dave Blackbird, a 77-year-old full-blood Cherokee from the Rocky Ford community. Dave is a Korean War veteran. He's an artist, a master fix-it, a champion horseshoe pitcher, a carpenter, a mechanic, a good friend, and more importantly, a community steward. Dave lives the tenets of community service each day and strives to be a role model for building a stronger community. Ladies and gentlemen, recipient of the Cherokee National Community Leadership Award, Dave Blackbird. Jack Swim of Oaks, Oklahoma, is called forward at this time to present to the Cherokee Nation a very special gift. It is a 150-year-old Cherokee Bible. This historic Bible, printed in the Cherokee syllabary, was published in 1860 in New York. The Bible belonged to Mr. Swim's great-grandmother, Sarah Miller Jackson, and has been a treasured family heirloom for generations. Mr. Swim extends this precious gift to the Cherokee people. Accepting the gift is our Principal Chief, Chad Smith.
Principal Chief Smith, Deputy Principal Chief Grayson, and all Cherokee Nation Council members. It is a great honor and privilege to be here today in God's country in beautiful downtown Tahlequah, in the heart of the Cherokee Nation. I would like to thank the Chief Smith and the Council for appropriating funds for a museum to be built so that we as Cherokees can help preserve our history and culture. In doing so, I would like to present this Bible, a 150-year-old Bible, which was written in the Cherokee syllabary. It belonged to my great-grandmother, Sarah Jane Miller Jackson, Dawes roll number 32067. On behalf of her and her deceased heirs, Molly Jackson O'Leary, Thomas Reese Buck Jackson, Betty Jackson, Ollie Jackson, Emmett Jackson, Martin Jackson, Thomas Jimmy Jackson, Vernon Jackson, and Lawrence O'Leary. My mother, Luanna O'Leary Swim, being the oldest living descendant of Sarah Jackson, would like to present this Bible to the Cherokee Nation to be put in a museum so everyone can share the beauty of this Bible. With the combined efforts of Jimmy Jackson, Slim Jackson, and Rick Kincaid, a song has been written about Sarah and her Bible. A CD named Cherokee Bible was produced and will be performed later today by Rick and then this evening at the gospel singing. Another important person I would like to recognize is Imogene Jackson, widow of Jimmy Jackson. It is with her valiant effort that this presentation is possible so that Sarah and Jimmy's legacy may live on. It is my hope that other Cherokee citizens will help in the preservation of our history and culture by donating similar items for the benefit of present and future generations. Wado.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as we prepare to depart these ceremonies with a renewed pledge to protect and cherish our culture, our language, and to stand united in a common bond as Cherokee people. Charlie Soap brings our closing prayer as the Cherokee National Color Guard prepares to retire the colors. Charlie.
First of all, I want to say thank you, Principal Chief Chad. Great speech. What a wonderful speech about our people. Father, we thank you for this day, for your many blessings that you have bestowed on us, and given us a beautiful day that we all can come together as one nation. Father, we ask that you be with us as we move forward into the future of our tribe. We thank you for all the blessings, the good things that you have brought our way. And we know that without the leaders of Chad Smith, Joe Grayson, Tribal Council, Melanie Knight, Kelly Ketcher, Diana Hammond, Sharon Wright, staff of the Cherokee Nation, our nation would not be at this point. We also want to thank you for the leaders in our communities and the churches and the parents and the children of our nation. And as we go forward, Father, we ask that you help us to build even a stronger nation than we were in the past. And again, the credit goes to our people, Father. And Lord, and again, we ask that you be with us in bringing our soldiers in the armed forces fighting war overseas. We also ask that you give us guidance and wisdom and knowledge to work with the federal government, the state, the counties, that the Cherokee Nation may work together for the betterment of our people. Chad Smith, Joe Grayson, Tribal Council, Melanie Knight, Kelly Ketcher, Diana Hammonds, Sharon Wright. Juni Lonstan Hans Kuni to Legate, Oko Chidaste, Iskina has, Skina to Gistella Hidaste, and it's a legging. Nasu Skadu, Din Datan Nidon, Juni Laste, and that's the Don has the guard, Guski use, Kahina has, Ost, Unorchi Dasti, a dog a yohin, Untani Dasti, Skina Goose, Duni Lonstan and Skina, Dani Stella Hidon has Kuni. Non school, Juniga Yon Gaji, Uniji, Unidod, all the sisters and brothers. Dundage you says who Danda Stella Hido has the non woji laws go walk again has school is yacht and he says the Nihan, you just started the ocean over the stars. So we lost our hand can has Guskina, OG one got Leon de home. School news testing. Sena, Toyota Canidol, Auntie no. Talina, Wakwa on the home, Anita Lake, Ogatosa, Sena, on the Nazi, don't honey, who's a teen, the Unilasa, Anita Legita did, Woods Niga, who was not so, Anita Legiti on the home. Skina use no knee, I was Squanic, to one add-on, they have say stairs to one. To hat the North now, or to Nilo Gist, no, to New York, Goose was a dot down, Skina, they have say stairs to. Skina is on your saying. he's a star this as the one. Nita Jang on nasty. A dog a host and it has the skin host, the skin has or go to the goose, select use to the now let's go, my yacht, so again, honey gods, skin with your sound. Amen.
Sergeant Stroud, you and your squad, please deploy to retire the colors.
Present, turn. Order, turn. Ready, break cover. Left, hey. Forward, hard.
Benny Smith would remind us, Kaleho Anehan, that as a whole they live. Let us always be that as Cherokee. These proceedings are closed. Thank you. I immediately reopen the microphone to tell you of what is going on underneath that tent. Walmart and Sam's Club has sponsored for us today a tribute to Chief Wilma P. Mankiller. This is our Wilma P. Mankiller community meal. Our two representatives, Sharon Orlup, who will be speaking on the behalf of Sam's Club. She's the Senior Vice President of the Sam's Club People Group. And Celia Swanson will be speaking on behalf of Walmart. She's the Senior Vice President of Talent Development. Ladies?
Thank you very much. We will make it brief because we know that everybody's ready to share the community meal. Walmart is a big family with 1.3 million people across America, and I know I speak for everyone in that family when I say that we are grateful for the privilege of making our own personal tribute for Wilma Mankiller. A few of us have had the special experience of knowing her, and many more were inspired by her example. A colleague of mine once said that Wilma's life was a fervent reminder that the only real limits on our lives are the ones we choose to accept, and Wilma Mankiller had no appetite for arbitrary limits. She was very focused on being a master builder. She built up the nation, tripling membership, doubling employment, and opening health care centers and children's programs. But throughout her life, she was also a tireless bridge builder. And we'd like to bring up her family on stage right now, her husband, Charlie Soap, and her daughters, Felicia and Gina, to help us present the award. The inscription on the award for Wilma's family reads as follows, and it's something that she shared with her two daughters. Don't turn away from people because of how they look or what they have, because you never know what they'll contribute to the world. So let's appreciate Wilma and the role she's played in everyone's lives and appreciate the family. Thank you very much. On behalf of my family, Charlie Soap and Felicia are up here, my brother Chris, who's sitting over here, and my other brothers Winterhawk and Kobe, it is an honor for me to be here and to accept this award on behalf of my family. Throughout the past several months, people have asked me, what is Wilma Mankiller's legacy? If you could name one specific thing that would be her legacy to the Cherokee people specifically,
what would be that legacy? And Jay Hanna said it very, very poignantly today. It's the spirit of Gadugi. We are all Cherokee here. We are all connected. We have an interconnectedness, whether we're connected by blood or whether we're connected by Cherokee, we're all connected. And it is our responsibility as people, as Cherokees, to help one another. And that's what Gadugi means. So if you look back at Mom's life and you look back at everything that she did it in the spirit of community. She did it not only for Cherokee people, but she did it for other Native American tribes, for youth, for the elderly. It didn't matter. She did it because she truly had a love for people and specifically for the Cherokee people. So again, on behalf of my family, I sincerely appreciate Walmart and Sam's Club honoring my mom today. And for those of us who know us, or for those of you who know us, know we love to eat. So I'm going to hang it up here. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you and thank Sam's Club and Walmart. Wado.
So I promise we will close briefly, but we just wanted to say thank you so much to the family. Wilma Mankiller nourished the soul of the Cherokee Nation and the rest of America. So as a part of our tribute today to her, we are honored to be able to offer you a nourishing meal of smoked brisket, brown beans, cornbread, and salad. Not pretentious, but substantial. And that is the tradition of Wilma herself. But first, I'd like to tell you just a bit about the volunteers and the folks who are part of this celebration today, representing our many associates across the world. The volunteers here today are led by an organization called the Tribal Voices. This is a resource group representing 15,000 Native American associates. And they've partnered with an organization called the Women's Resource Council, which represents more than 869,000 associates in our enterprise. Tribal Voices members and our associates are here out of respect and affection for Wilma Mankiller. And in that same spirit, earlier this year, Walmart donated $50,000 to the One Fire development to honor Wilma's desire for and her leadership in economic development for the Indian country. Another way of recognizing our associates who are here today is through our Volunteerism Always Pays program. And that is a tradition that our leader and founder, who we affectionately call Mr. Sam, created a sense of community and a sense of giving back. And we are honored to have many associates here volunteering on behalf of serving you this meal to be happy and healthy people. So in closing, let me just thank you very much for the honor to be here today with the family and for the opportunity to say thank you and give tribute to each of you.
To Sam's Club and to Walmart, thank you very much. I would remind everyone that just to the southeast of this square is the Ned Christie exhibit at our courthouse. You should go and see it. He wasn't such a bad guy after all. Okay. The parade award winners. Someone's coming up to announce those. The judges have been working for hours on this, and the official results have been certified by the accounting firm of Pierced Water Hose in Stillwell, Oklahoma. As for me, I will say Agiosi, and I will see you under the tent.
Oh, why, thank you very much. What an excellent day for a parade. We have been blessed with the weather and with the cool breeze. I'll try to make this short and sweet just so that we can continue the festivities. On the float, in third place, was the Cherokee Nation Youth Leadership Council. If you'll step forward, we have the awards and the plaques ready to hand out today. In second place, the Sequoia High School Robotic Team.
And in first place, Cherokee Nation Entertainment with the Farmers Market. On the vehicles, in third, we have the NSU, Northeastern State University NASA Princess. In second place, the Cherokee Gourd Society Princess. And in first place in vehicle is the Powwow Head Staff. For the marching unit and band, in third place is the NSU Marching Band. And in second place, the Tahlequah High School Band. And in first place, Cherokee Nation Industries supporting our troops, marching unit, Semper Fi. In the business, church and civic organization, in third place is Gates Rubber Company. In second place was Flint Co. And in first, the Bedouin Shriners. In the Spirit of Gadugi category, in the third place is the Cherokee Nation Fire Dancers. And in second place is Human Services. And in first is the W.W. Hastings Hospital. And the best overall float was the Cherokee Nation Entertainment Farmers Market. Thank you for your time.
Wait.
Stacy, what? I can't see it on my feet. I can't see it. I still can't see it. There, right there. Can y'all see back there?
I see your dad. Oh, okay. Your dad.
My mom is sitting down there.
No, talking to Jackie. So.
I told her she's not on the business.
Cool.
There's your bottle.
I don't say anything. Why is that? Bailey.
Catherine was here and I saw her and I don't know where she went.
Really hot.
Mary Kay.
Why does it? Hey, you.
Aginethia sagaleni do hayani elo galalo galalo wichigati wichigati iganaku udanethia sana usika galalati wichigati galalo galalo wichigati wichigati askanino daya gagio hisasi Agiselisi aquat
Cherokee National Youth Choir, ladies and gentlemen. Mary Kay, slave driver that she is, has had this group in the recording studio yet one more time. The 10th CD is out. And there's limited editions of them. There can't be more than 63,000 of them printed at this point. And they've all been autographed. And Mary Kay, where can we find them on the square today? Right over there. Near where the very first telephone in the Indian Territory. Right over there? Right over there where they're waving. Yeah, there we go. They're usually $99.95, but today and today only, $10. So not a problem. You need to make your way over and make this CD a part of your collection. It will be their favorite. What about all the rest of my CDs? Will I have to put them on eBay? No. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Not a problem. Right over there, $10, the 10th annual CD with all of the good ones, including my favorite, Turn Your Radio On, which we're going to do right now. Man, I'm telling you, Crittenden Baptist Church, 1964, my first Cherokee singing, Turn Your Radio On, the opener. Ladies and gentlemen, the Cherokee National Youth Choir. Still food under the tent. God do all will do. You all coming up?
Yes.
All right, come ahead on.
Okay. Trying to get them to see that.
One more group. Okay.
How you doing?
I do reasonably well. Tell me who y'all are.
Cherokee Adult Choir.
Yeah, the Cherokee Adult Choir. Excellent. Thank you so much. We now will be treated to the songs of the Cherokee Adult Choir. Big round of applause. Thank you.
Sally, oh, there she is. Come on. Guess we'll never hear her. Yeah. How's your foot? Get close to that. Orphan child. Okay, look this way. Two. Get close to us. Eli, come on up. Closer.
Nani
Come Thou Fount.
She's on crutches.
70.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Thank you all for coming and listening to us again today, and we thank the Wilma Mankiller family for inviting us. And as you noticed, the girls were in pink, and that's why we're wearing pink, because that was Wilma's favorite color. So we're honoring her with our pink shirts today. We're going to close with the song that is a lot of times known as the anthem of the Cherokee singing, and that is, and please sing along with us, Amazing Grace. Before I forget, we have CDs also right over here under this tree, so we have a few CDs left. We're going to Eureka Springs in a couple of weeks, and so we need about 4 or 5 more people that want to go along and sing with us. So if you're interested, get in touch with me, and if you want to help us on our trip, we've got some CDs for sale. Thank you very much. Widow. Good job, good job.
Cherokee Adult Choir, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Kind man from Texas steps forward at this time, brings us a very special song. He is Rick Kincaid from just down the road as he sings Cherokee Bible.
Thank you. Help me out here. That's what you get. You get a Texan up here, we start tearing stuff up. Okay, I'm Rick Kincaid from Luckenbach, Texas. And how I ended up here was Jack was in Luckenbach last year and he brought me a poem. And we've turned it into a song. A little story behind this is that in 1957, Jimmy Jackson started writing Cherokee Bible. In 1992, Jack and Jimmy sat back down again and they finished it. Jack brought it to me and I took it home with me to look at and see if I could make a song out of it. My stepdad's name was Slim Jackson. He was a songwriter and musician there in East Texas. And I remembered that he had written a song called Mother's Bible. Ironically enough, and any songwriter or musician would know, it's almost impossible to take two songs and mesh them together and make it work out. But it had to be God's will for this to happen because it worked perfectly. I took the chorus from Mother's Bible, put it in with Cherokee Bible, and the music fit just perfectly. So now we have Slim Jackson, Jimmy Jackson, the Jackson family. You got Jack Swim involved in it. And I'd like to recognize today is Jimmy Jackson's birthday. Today is also Jimmy and Jean's wedding anniversary. So it's a privilege for me to come here and to sing the Cherokee Bible to such wonderful people. And since we've been here, it's unbelievable how well we've been treated. So God bless y'all. I hope you enjoy this song. We have the CDs over here with the pictures of the family members who own the Bible. Molly Jackson is on the pictures. And so we really tried to make this more of a Jackson family thing. Just ironically, my picture happens to be on the front. I'd help if I plug my guitar in. Can y'all hear that back there? Can you turn up my guitar a little bit? A little bit down, not too down, just a little bit. I still have the Cherokee Bible that my grandmother read to me. She wore an old pair of glasses, but she could barely see. She had a third-grade education, but she tried to read it right. And all she had to read by was an old coal oil line. Cherokee Bible with its pages worn and old. Cherokee Bible meant much more to her than gold. And she told me just before she went to sleep, if I'd read it and believe it, Jesus and my soul would keep. She was a full-blood Cherokee Indian, and my granddad was white. So that made me a half-breed, but they tried to raise me right. She would take down the Cherokee Bible, get me the one for whites. And we would study our Bibles by that old coal oil line. Cherokee Bible, with its pages worn and old. Cherokee Bible meant much more to her than gold. And she told me just before she went to sleep, if I'd read it and believe it, Jesus in my soul would keep. She always read her Bible each night before bed, and I can still remember the prayer that she said. She said, Lord, watch over my family and keep them through the night. And she would always praise him, then blow out that coal all night. Cherokee Bible, with its pages worn and old. Cherokee Bible meant much more to her than gold. And she told me just before she went to sleep, if I'd read it and believe it, Jesus in my soul would keep. Through the years there have been changes, but one change there'll never be. And that's that old Cherokee Bible that my grandmother left to me. Cherokee Bible.